Experts are tonight divided over claims by two men from Hampshire that they're responsible for the South's famous crop circles. Dave Chorley and Doug Bauer say they created the strange patterns with nothing more than a wooden board and a length of rope.
The men decided to reveal their hoax when they heard the government was planning to finance research into the circles. But some scientists remain convinced the circles are not man-made. I shall be talking to one such expert in just a moment. But first, this report from Graham Bowd.
If their story is true, Dave Chorley and Doug Bauer are probably the most successful hoaxers of all time. The pair, who both live in Southampton, claim to have made more than 200 corn circles throughout the south of England. According to them, the hoax began as a bit of harmless fun 13 years ago. Since then, the patterns have become more elaborate. Many thought they were made by alien spacecraft. Some scientists have devoted their life's work to the search for a natural explanation. Others have written best-selling books on the subject. Mr. Chorley and Mr. Bauer say everyone was conned. And the newspaper which published their story says it spent a week verifying their claims.
For the first 3 years, nothing happened at all. We realised that we were putting them in fields that the public couldn't see. And we then had to find a slope or a dip in the land that the motorists could see. You see, well, we decided on the punch bowl at Cheesefoot Head on the Petersfield Road, and it was only a few hours before the first reports were coming through about the circle that was found in the punch bowl at Cheesefoot Head.
The men are scornful of the self-styled experts who've camped out at known circle sites in the hope of filming the unexplained phenomenon.
I can't understand anybody of that intelligence walking and making something of flattened corn and shapes in cornfields, quite honestly. Had it been us ordinary laymen and gone, I think we'd have sussed it out within the year.
The men say they planned their designs with geometric precision. Today, in a cornfield near Chichester, they set out to show how they did it, carrying the tools they've used for 13 years. Watched this time by the world's press, the Japanese were especially curious about this strange art form. Mr. Chorley and Mr. Bauer went to work, spiralling outwards to make their crop circle. The secret, they say, is flattening the corn halfway up the stem, which gives a different effect to merely trampling on it. Working by day was a luxury for them. Normally they did it by the dead of night. Next day they returned to join the experts.
We used to infiltrate their ranks. When they came up to look at the circles that we'd done, we came up the next night and mixed in with them. And listening into all their conversations as to what their next move was going to be, such as putting people on and spotting and all this sort of thing. And we managed to glean a bit of information that way, but we could see that they were expecting something bigger all the time.
And when you get out one of these fields at midnight or 2 in the morning, I'd rather be out in one of these fields